I'd like to call to order the Wednesday, August 23rd, 2023 regular town council meeting. Please stand for the pledge. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mike Aurelio.
Here.
Brian Blazak.
Present.
Wayne Pondinas.
Present.
Gerald Swatz.
Present.
Michael Schilling.
Here.
Joe Wizawati is absent. David Westland.
Present.
And Beth Hernandez present.
Item 3, public comment. First, Dale Robert.
Dale Robert, 11990 Heron Lake Road. Earlier in the day, I watched the agenda was online, which is very good for everybody. I question, though, the agenda has 17 requests for purchase. I believe it is. Yeah, request for purchase for $648,000 plus. What are those requests? They don't list that on the agenda. How do we know what's going on if you don't explain everything to us? Is that building department $270,000 program included in that you guys talked about the last study session? I don't know. I think a lot of these questions should be answered. I also watched the variance BZA meeting the other night. Building department had a variance of somebody built a garage completely done. That was not to code, or not to St. John ordinances. Why didn't St. John inspect it and say, you built this thing too high, and they didn't do anything about it? Who was the inspector? They got records of who goes where. And I blame the inspection, and I blame the contractor, because both of them should have known better. How long is this going to keep going on, too? I mean, you guys, guy with the stairs having a problem, the guy with the gates is having a problem. How long does this have to keep going on? Okay, I worked for the city of Hammond as building commissioner years back. Anyway, I attended or seen council meetings. All your ordinances, amendments, and resolutions, they have sponsors. Somebody on the council sponsors those items. Who sponsors these? I've never heard anybody say who sponsors these ordinances, amendments, or resolutions. Are they just coming out of the sky? Where are they coming from? Okay? Thank you.
Next, Mike Volvat.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Michael Bovat. I live at 9291 West 103rd Place. I'm going to read a letter that I sent to the town council on July 20th, 2023. Michael Schilling, President and town council members. The subject is regarding the computer software contract. Dear town council members, I hope this letter finds you well. Special thanks to town manager Joe Wizawati for sharing information I am writing as a concerned council member-elect and taxpayer of our town to address a matter of importance. It has come to my attention that the town council is considering acquiring computer software that, based on my understanding, would not be put to practical use by our community. It is vital that any investments made on behalf of our town are done so with the utmost prudence and consideration of the actual needs of the residents. Before proceeding with the acquisition of this computer software, I kindly request that the town council reconsider and abandon this project. Allocating funds to purchase software that will ultimately remain unused seems like a waste of valuable resources that could be better utilized in other areas that would truly benefit the town. Understand the incoming town council will not be moving forward with this software. The ARPA money should be used on different projects. I urge the town council to prioritize projects and initiatives that directly address the pressing needs and aspirations of our residents. This approach will not only foster a stronger sense of trust and accountability, but will also demonstrate responsible governance to the taxpayers who entrust their financial contributions to the development of our town. Thank you for your attention in this matter. I hope you will carefully consider the concerns raised in this letter and make decisions that truly align with the best interests of our community. Sincerely, Town Council-elect Michael Bovat, Ann Olster, Christian Jorgensen, and sitting Town Council member Wayne Pondinas. And we, as the members that are coming on January 1st, 2024, are in opposition to purchase of the computer software. And I'd just like to add this, the incoming council plans to review all software currently being used by all departments and options for replacement if necessary, if town finances allow. The outgoing council should not bind the incoming council with a contract of this magnitude, knowing it won't be used in this capacity, nor does it make practical sense for one department to be on an island of its own where there will only be 3 months left of this year to use it. This software will never see the light of day, and in the meantime, the residents of our town lose out on $277,000, $250,000 that could have gone to other necessary project initiatives. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. You are accountable to the residents of St. John. If you move forward with this software purchase, you will have squandered an extreme amount of money. I hope your approach on this item will not be cavalier. Respectfully, Mr. President and Town Council members.
All right. Rob Kometz?
Hi, Rob Kometz, 8581 Fair Oaks Lane in St. John. Mr. President, when is enough enough? Why are the meeting minutes for the RDC from February and April just being approved tonight? I thought we addressed this through the
We
lawsuits.
haven't had a meeting since April to approve them.
Okay. I also found out that our town is employing an individual who was accused of sexual harassment. The said employee was even disciplined and suspended for a week, and the victim was moved to another department. We can't have this liability in the town working for the town. Now, it's a personnel matter, so I won't mention Joe's name, but we need to clean house. Maybe the harassment was taken out of context.
Last on the list, Terry Nellman.
Good evening, everybody. My name's Terry Nelleman. I reside at 9500 West 103rd Place, our second home here in town. We've been here 23, 24 years in St. John. Beautiful place to live. The purpose of me here today is to give you a couple figures that are very, very, that'll hit the heart here. Two things. Number one is I'm going back to 1975. 1975, the average price of a car was approximately, matter of fact, not approximately, the average price based on a $100,000 value of a car. A home was priced at that time. I'm sorry, the price the price of the car was valued at $100,000. The price of a home was valued in today's money at that $100,000, the price of a home at $626,000. And a $100,000 home back then in '75 was a very, very expensive home. But in today's money is worth $626,000. The average price across the United States is $416. In 1975, that car value, a price of $15,000, in today's market is $41,600. Now, this gets to the point. In 1975, the federal government got involved with what they call the Magnuson-Morse Warranty Act. What happened is a lot of people were having problems with their vehicles, and the manufacturers, dealers, officers, presidents of these corporations ignored it. In 1975, the federal government installed the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act. Mr. Westland, you're probably familiar with that, I would say, being a lawyer, an attorney? Okay. And the reason for that is because the people's constantly complaining about things were ignored by the higher upper-ups, all the way up to presidents of corporations. So that was when the government installed the Magnuson-Moss Warranty Act, which was dubbed or nicknamed the Federal Lemon Law for cars. Now we get back to the home values. First, we talked the car to give you an example of, let's call it a lemon law that pertain to cars. We have no idea what they can do with the homes because we have this major issue with the Lennar homes, which you have all the documents for, which we provided you. Mr. Schilling, okay, I have to address you. I know I'm looking at other people, but I have to address you. It is here today, again, I have put the smoking gun of documents in your hands of what was going on. We put them in the Hammond Times hands, personally. We put them in the building commissioner's hands, personally. We put them in all the town council members. The president at that time was Mr. Gerald Swets. Did absolutely nothing. Keep burying the problems with these homes since I brought it to their attention with documentation. Mr. Westland, the town attorney, stated, I stated I needed to get we homeowners needed to get the federal government in here. Mr. Westland actually commented and says there's no crime here. Well, I don't know if we would call it a crime. That's not my designation. Mr. Westland used the term crime. The problem is there's three situations here. Number one, Lennar Homes is in the business to make money. The Gates of St. John Homeowners Association is in the business to make money. Mr. Schilling, I apologize to you, but I got to ask you this question, and I hope you can answer it for us, for the homeowners of the town of St. John. Is the town of St. John Council in the business of making money?
Are we in the business of making money?
Yes, sir. Are you in the business of making money?
We don't make money.
Okay. With that, I ask one more thing, and that's it. I'll be done. We have to have the resignation of Gerald Swets for burying this problem with these homes over and over and over again. This has been to the tune of 3.5, 4 years, and this gentleman is still sitting on this bench. And I've talked to him personally a few times. I got on my knees to this man when I had COVID and he came to my front door. And I asked him, I put my hands together like praying, don't do this to the homeowners of the Gates of St. John. Get the federal government in here, please. Thank you very much, and thank you for your time. If I ran over, I apologize, and see you next council.
Yeah, Mr. President, I think it's important to note, and Mr. Nellerman has the right, the privilege to come here and speak as long as we offer that. But his story is getting a little bit old. He's been here a number of months. He's asking for us to do something that we cannot do. He was told that years ago, that the town cannot get in the middle of a civil matter between him and his builder. So for him to come here every month insisting on my resignation is totally unfounded. And I leave it at that.
And I'll be back again, sir. Thank you. I'll leave it at that. You gotta go, sir.
Anybody else from the public would like to speak? All right, we'll close public comment. We'll move on to old business. Old business, we'll move on to new business. Financial matters of the corporation. Oh, yeah, no, I skipped the minutes. Sorry about that. Item 4, approval of the minutes. You got the town council regular meeting, July 26th, 2023, and the town council's study session, August 17th, 2023.
I'll make a motion to approve town council regular meetings of July 26, 2023, and the study session of August 17th, 2023.
I'll second that.
Got a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Moving along, financial matters of the corporation, request of purchases.
Mr. President, the agenda says 17 requests to purchase. There are 18. The total amount isn't going to change, but Public Works took the H3 concrete RTP and divided it into 2 based on the scope of work completed. Part of it would be from the LRS fund, and the other part would be from the water utility fund, and so they took the 1 RTP and divided it into 2.
Not a problem. Can you list off the request of purchases, please?
Sure, so you will have 2 from H3 Concrete, 4 from Fire Service, 1 from Motorola Solutions, 1 from Lang Roofing, 1 from Peerless Midwest, 1 from Image Trend, 1 from Rico USA, 3 from Lindco, 1 from Corin Maine, 2 from Co-Alliance, and 1 from HVAC Masters, totaling $648,640.65.
All right, entertain a motion.
On the comments, Mike, on the roof replacement, we just got that last week in the study session. It's $39,000. Can that roof, any part of that roof be patched? Do we have to do the whole thing? We never heard any stories on it. Joe said it's got to be done, and we got to, at this meeting, I asked him where the money's going to come from. He said, I don't know. If you look on the signatures on here, it's his signature for department head and town manager, and the bill is $39,000. It needs our approval, so why does Joe sign off on something that's $39,000 when his threshold's only $4,000? And then on the other one, there's another one on here for a police car. It's for new officer hire, unit Juan Ortiz. Distribution for payment as follows per Joe Wizawati, 8/11/23, and it's for $5,654. I asked the chief about that. I said, Joe shouldn't have that authority to do that. It shouldn't be per Joe Wizawati. He said Joe was going to get back with him on the numbers, and he never did get back on the numbers. Where's the money going to come from? I question those too, but that's all I have for the invoices.
So, quick question, is your complaint here is that town manager and department head is signing off on RTPs before we vote on, to approve them? Is that your complaint?
I'm just saying his signature's on there, and I would
So
like,
is- you-
I would like
You not want the department head on there either?
well, is he the department head for that, or would it be Bob Davis?
There's 2 signatures, I'm trying to
Where's
figure
the
out what you're
Lang
talking
Roofing
about.
one? Let's start with that one. That's-
Lang Roofing is right in the middle. So the department
Okay.
head and the town
It
council.
signed
or
off
town-
that he received
Department head
it.
sign off.
It's a department head signature, town manager signature. Is he gonna be the department head and the town manager, or is he taking on both roles? Usually, I would think that it would be Bob Davis or somebody else, or maybe, Sergio probably wouldn't have signed it.
Would that be right for a town hall? I mean, if it is, then that's what should be done. That sounds right to you, to Public
But
Works?
that came out all of a sudden at the end of that meeting, that, hey, we gotta put a roof on it. Now, can we patch the roof? How old is the roof? Is it 16? Is it 18 years old? Should the roof last longer than that? I don't know. Those are some questions. And we
I
have
believe
to,
the roof is 16 years old. They say the average life of a asphalt roof is 15 to 20 years, so it's
Right, and we went through that at the study session.
at the end of its,
Now,
well, I didn't,
we
well, we didn't have this
several
paperwork in
quotes,
front of us. He
so-
just said it was $39,000.
No, I think we went through the age of the roof and shingles and everything else. But
And then
I
the
will
the
say,
part with-
I'm all for multiple bids. Did we get multiple bids? Does anybody know this?
Yeah, we got multiple bids. We got 3.
Okay, and was this the lowest of, or the lowest?
This was the
qualified
lowest.
bid? That's what I recall as well.
And then the part with the squad car, you can't just do that. You just can't, per this.
And where is that at?
That's in the package here.
Where?
It's about 2 more up, go, 2 more. 2 more pages, probably. It's for $5,654.
So for a portable radio.
Yeah, portable radio, yes, sir.
I thought you said it was a squad car.
I could have said that if I,
Okay.
but anyhow, I'm just questioning that.
But again, it's not just Joe signing this. This is department head signing this. And it's not.
But it
approved.
says
You gotta approve it.
per Joe Wizawati.
Well, it's got the department head in there too, got both of them.
It's got the town manager and the department head is Jason, but is it Jason, the department head over the police department?
Can you explain that to us?
I think,
No. That's
I
Dave-
have never
that's
seen that, so.
Dave Demeter's.
oh, okay, I look like the T on there, so.
well, that's the second in charge. Was the chief out of town?
Right. But I just looked at, I talked with the chief today and he
Was the
said,
chief out of town?
no.
Would you like to pull that? I don't have any problem. You want to go back?
No,
to
I don't
chief?
mind paying it, but I'm just, I got a right to
I
question
have
it.
no problem with you pulling it if that's what you wish. If you have a problem with the chief not signing it, no problem.
But I mean, you look at invoices and hey, I got the right idea. I'm gonna follow what you're doing. I'm gonna ask questions. And I have every right to do that.
Also, I love the idea of the public commenters, so to have these posted online, all of our RFPs. I think that's a brilliant idea, for everybody can see. I think total transparency is a great idea. I would love to see that done. And I'd like to see them all done. I'd like the whole docket.
All right. I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to authorize the payment of the 18 RTPs in the combined total of $648,640.65.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, you got the accounts payable voucher dated August 23, 2023, representing payment for payroll purchases, supplies, equipment, services rendered to the town of St. John in the combined total of $2,367,657.91.
I'll make a motion to approve that total.
I'll support it.
I have a motion, do I have a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 3, consider motion to approve purchase of 2024 Vector 2100 and Freightliner chassis from Sourcewell Provider Standard Equipment in the amount of $444,612, and to be split the expenses between sanitary and wastewater, and then wastewater, utility, and stormwater. within their respective budgets and secure a lease purchase agreement not to exceed 5 years.
Mr. President, on that document, where the appropriation number is, there should be 3 appropriation numbers there. Sewer, water, and a storm board. And in order to get a PO, you have to have that on there, and we should put that on there. And we talked to the town manager about it, and it never got put on there.
Do you have those numbers?
I don't have the numbers.
6101, 6201, and 6608.
Can they be added on at this point?
So, I mean, we can okay this, but then if we okay it, there's no, it can't generate the purchase order.
If we
And-
had
and-
those numbers, those added them on there. I think
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
want to do it right.
idea. Let's do it. You want to alter the motion with those numbers, Wayne?
I don't know the numbers
So
on the
my-
accounts.
So my question would be, since this isn't going to get paid until 2024,
Right.
do we have the capability then to change that appropriation number next year if we want to take it out of a different line item?
You do.
Okay. Then can you repeat what those funds were again? I'm sorry.
So the wastewater utility fund, I mean, it marks it sanitary/wastewater, which would be confusing. Are you talking sanitary district or wastewater utility? So I would clarify that with 6201, which is wastewater utility. Water utility is 6101. And then the stormwater fund will be, once you pass the ordinance, 6608. I think it's 6608.
That's close enough. Since it's going to be next year. anyway.
If that generates the purchase order, that's great.
6208, maybe.
It's 208.
No, because that would be water, stormwater. I don't know. It's definitely an 08.
Since we're not sure of the numbers,
All right,
and it's
not
not going to
sure.
get paid this year, I would,
Something that's, it won't be imperial, we just wait till next meeting? Can we just wait till next meeting until we have this?
no, I think we want to get it ordered because
Yeah.
there's urgency to get this in the hopper before, I mean, it's already going to take a whole year to get it. And it really doesn't matter at this point where the funds are coming from because they're not coming out until 2024.
Okay.
So I would like to just approve it as written and we can worry about the funding later. Are you okay with that, Beth?
I would be okay with it because you have 3 funds listed here and I have an understanding of the direction.
Okay.
So if we don't have the stormwater fund number, that doesn't concern me because I understand.
Maybe left it off waiting the creation of the fund.
And in this,
So then for the appropriations, we'll do 6201, 6101, and one to be determined later by the,
The stormwater
Stormwater.
fund.
I'll make that amendment if that's what it takes.
Okay.
You
I have
okay
the
with that?
amended motion.
yeah, but the price could change because the body chassis are scarce and it can go up another $10,000-$12,000 or more.
Well, that I don't want to see. So are we locking in a price here?
No.
Or not?
I don't think we're locking in the price, to be honest with you.
If we order it now,
If we order it now, we have
will it
to,
lock in the price?
I don't think so.
Then
It
Why
doesn't-
would I approve this?
But it doesn't really matter
Why
because
would any,
Why would I vote for
we're
this?
getting it from Sourcewell, which is a state contract.
Right.
So it's not like we can get it cheaper somewhere else. We need to get the piece of equipment. We need to get it ordered.
We already got a letter of intent that we're going to get it, but again, it could take a year and a half.
So I would have to put on there not to exceed, that, I don't like open-ended RFPs.
Well, we can't pay more than what we're approving here, so we'd have to come back for a further appropriation anyway. So,
All right. Is the discussion over?
Yes.
yes.
All right. We had a motion.
You don't have a motion. Jerry said he would amend.
I would
it,
amend,
But there was no motion.
There was never a motion.
No.
okay.
I'll entertain a motion.
So then I will make a motion to approve this request to purchase, and adding the appropriation number for wastewater utility for 6201, for the water at 6101, and for the storm to be determined later.
Can you also enter not to exceed the amount $444,612? Would you mind adding that in your motion?
Sure. not to exceed $444,612.
Thank you.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Item 4, consider motion to approve progress payment to FH Passion for 93rd Avenue project in the amount of $153,770.69 and authorize the clerk treasurer to remit payment from fund number 4413-000-446.
Did you say 153,000 or?
$153,770.69.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
Second.
I have a motion, do I have a second? Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next, consider motion to approve progress payment to First Group for construction engineering for 93rd Avenue project in the amount of $20,786.61 and authorize the clerk treasurer to remit payment from 4413-000-446.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next in front of you, ordinance number 1803, an ordinance establishing a fee for stormwater management and meeting state mandates regarding the management of stormwater and establishing a fund for the Department of Stormwater Management. This I will entertain a motion to adopt ordinance number 1803 on second reading.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Nay.
Motion carries 4-1. Next, resolution 2023-08-23, a resolution of the town of St. John, Lake County, Indiana, authoring additional appropriations and transfers for the St. John Fiscal Recovery Plan in the ARPA Coronavirus Local Fiscal Recovery Fund number 2402. Any questions?
And I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-08-23.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Council action, item 1, motion to approve change order number 1 and number 2 for FH Passion to West 93rd Avenue contract to add street lighting. Scott, or Evan, if you want to come up and explain these.
Evening, Council. What you have in front of you is 2 change orders for the additional street lighting to the project. We split it up into 2 so that you guys could make a vote on what was going to happen, make it a little more transparent. Change order number 1 is for the street lighting to be added to our actual project limits. That involves anything to connect from just west of Civic Drive here, and then the rest of the stuff on the other side of US 41. And then the second change order is to replace the existing lighting that's here in front of Town Hall. So the first change order is for 20 poles, and the second change order is for 9 poles to replace what's right here in the vicinity of Town Hall. We feel the pricing is pretty fair price. The biggest thing to be where the funding is maybe coming from, it is being split between the ARPA fund and the project. We've had the underground has gone successful on this job, as well as another change order we might be going through. We believe we can accept some of that with the actual project funding, but Joe is going after some other funding for the project.
Why are we replacing the 9? Are there something wrong with the 9, or?
The new ones are gonna be LED, and these are the old standard.
All right, thank you.
And the old ones will be saved and
Yes, they will be
They will be
refurbished.
used.
Use them somewhere else in the town when they come down.
We hand them
Okay.
off to Bob Davis of Public Works, and they can be used as needed.
do you guys want to do one at a time, or you?
I was gonna say, can we collectively do all of these?
Well, we're gonna.
Unless there's some exceptions?
Change order 1 and 2, you could do them, you could do both of those together if that's the desire of the council.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve change order number 1 and change order number 2 for FH Passion to West 93rd Avenue contract for street lighting.
Second that.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next is a motion to approve task order for Robinson Engineering Earl Drive improvements.
So moved?
Second.
I have a motion, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Motion to approve task order for Robinson Engineering, CCMG Construction Engineering.
So moved.
Support.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Did I hear a nay, or was it all ayes?
It's all ayes, I think.
Motion carries 5-0. Next, motion to approve task order for Robinson Engineering for West 93rd improvements.
That's to take from Hack to Theodore, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. A motion to approve task order for Robinson Engineering for altitude valve engineering.
So moved.
Support.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Motion to approve task order for Robinson Engineering for pavement management plan update.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Motion carries 5-0. Next, motion to approve engagement letter with Barnes Thornburg LLP to serve as bond counsel and to provide legal work with respect to St. John Commons development.
I'll make a motion to approve that letter.
I'll second.
I have a motion, I have a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Motion to approve and authorize milestone for repaving work on West 93rd Avenue from Theodore to about Hack Street for the amount, or for the total price of $275,605.95, and authorize the town council president to execute the agreement.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion, a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Next is information that was accepted and placed on file with clerk treasurer. This does not require any council action, but anybody have any questions about that? All right, we'll move on to staff reports. Clerk treasurer?
My only comment would be the items under information to be accepted and placed on file with me. I did not receive these items, so I have not accepted them and cannot place them on file at this time.
Okay.
But I don't have a problem doing it once I do.
We have them right here? All right. Next, the town engineer, it'd be Dave Schilling? Not the same spelling as mine, but.
That is correct. Schilling with no C. Yes, Tom is dealing with some back issues, so he wasn't able to come tonight, but I do have an update on the projects. The community crossings paving is underway. Obviously, 93rd has been milled. Most of Deodore, about half, has been milled. Patching is marked. There's not expected to be any work tomorrow due to the heat, but patching will commence on Friday. We did have the pre-construction meeting and the public outreach on-site meeting for the Acorn water main. They have been milling the trench in place so that the asphalt millings can go back on top of the trench until the roadway can be resurfaced. And we are continuing work on the pilot study for the water filters at the wells. And that concludes my report.
Right. And then, do you have any information on the, we approved that one on 93rd, that was an additional from the railroad tracks out to where they're stopping now?
We did get a verbal approval or concurrence from Milestone that they would hold their prices. So now that it's been officially approved by the council, I will give them a call first thing tomorrow and let them know they can proceed.
Right.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't go nowhere, stay up there. You mentioned the pilot study, and I want to thank you guys for doing that, and Bob Davis, Bob Valois, by doing that pilot study for wells 8 and 9 and getting that all together. We're going to do some improvements with the filters, the media. So there was talk at one time to build another treatment plant. So we're going to save about $5-6 million in savings on that. If this all goes together now and works, replacing the media in both treatment plants and the 4 tanks that we have, we'll be able to increase our production on water, and that's all been given the go-ahead by item. And I want to thank you and your company and Public Works, Bob Valois, our other water operator, Mike Baltima, and everybody, Bob Davis, for getting all that together.
Thank you. Thank you for your confidence.
Thank you.
Town council, start with Wayne.
Yeah, on the 93rd project, that's 93rd and 41, if people seen the curb go down and it got pulled up and then it got put down again and got pulled up again, our engineers were out there first group. There was a problem with the machine and the way that things were going. They stopped and they had to fix it. Then they went again with the machine. They had to tear that back up. Now they're doing it by hand. They got lasers on it, they got levels, they got everything. The water wasn't running right the second time, so it doesn't cost the town anything but time. We're back about a week. I think next week there should be some pavement going down blacktop on that side once they get the driveways in and the aprons. So people question that. And then I want to go back to the minutes of July 26th when we had to vote on the impact fees. So the impact fees, from my understanding, there was a committee that decided on what would be best for the town for impact fees. That fee was from $2,441 to $3,423, recommended by the committee. When it come up for talk and discussion and to vote on it, Mr. Aurelio said no, he wanted to go with a 5% plan. So on that 5 years, it was $1961 the first year, $2,059 for the second year, $2162 for the next year, $2270 for year 4. Year 5 was $23,841. Year 5 is the most that we could charge on that. That's $2,341. It's below what the committee asked. How could you vote on that, Mike? We're going to lose money. You were on the park board. You had me removed from the park board. You were going to help. You want to be a good steward of money, And guess what? We got shot, you shot yourself in the foot. As liaison of the committee, you shot yourself in the foot. And that was brought up in the meeting yesterday with the park board.
So I beg to differ. Charging humongous park impact fees is not shooting anybody in the foot. In fact, it's just good stewardship of tax dollars. We have some of the highest park impact fees in the whole region, far higher than well-run towns like Crown Point and Valparaiso. So increasing in the.
So you're trying to say this ain't a well-run town?
I let you talk.
Okay.
So increasing a park impact fee by 100%. Anybody want their fee increased by 100% or 40%? Those are your two options. 100% or 40%. I'm sorry, I just don't agree with that.
And it's not anybody in this
And
room.
everybody's
it's the people
welcome to
that
their
are,
own opinion.
Right, you're right. But it's the people coming into town that would pay that with the impact fee on the building
It's
permit.
not you paying for it, it's no problem, right?
That's not the way to look at it.
Well, I agree with that. That's right.
No, that's not your way of thinking. Is not the way to think.
All right.
No, don't tell me all right, Mike.
Well,
I have a right to speak just like him.
I don't want to argue back and forth.
But you just shot yourself in the foot, basically.
Your opinion, thank you. I don't agree with 100% increases in anything. Sorry. Taxes, 100%. 40%.
That's why 3 voted for it and 2 didn't.
So, everybody's, well, yeah. But you could hold that view, no problem.
And then, like Mr. Schilling said, that the Acorn Street project is started. They milled the road and they packed it all back down. But once the pipe gets down there, they'll be digging and ready to go.
Jerry?
Yeah, I've got two things. One, and I'm not sure if we acted on this or not, Mr. Wesson, you can help me out, but the TIF for the Calumet and 101st project, we want to get that started, we want to get that going. Was that our agreement that we just made with Barnes and Thornburg?
Yeah, so it's an agreement to take it all the way through to the end, but his first task is going to be to do the establishment of the TIF.
Okay, so
And
that,
we should have a calendar on that before your next meeting
okay,
with an idea of the timing.
so this is the first step then?
It is.
Okay,
Are
good.
they gonna give us the calendar, Dave?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
I didn't know if
Mr.
you were.
Fasano will send
yeah.
it to me and Joe,
Okay.
and then we'll get it distributed so that you'll see.
Yeah, I
we
just
get
wanted
it
to know where it was coming from.
Second thing is, we're going to be looking for a new building and planning director, with Sergio leaving. In my mind, there's two things that would affect someone's desire to come and serve into that position. One of them would be the software. Without having software in place to be able to run that department professionally is going to be an issue. The second one is an incoming town council that has maybe a different vision than what this current town council has. So my suggestion is that the software program that we looked at and started 2 years ago, we did all the interviews on it, they did the trials on it. We approved it basically in concept a year ago when we first started talking about the ARPA plans. I think we really need to seriously look at that and put that in place. I disagree with Mr. Bovat's assumption that it's not going to be used properly. In fact, this was the best of what was available. We have software that's ancient, and we need to upgrade that. Secondly, as far as the interview process, Mr. President, I would like to make a recommendation that we put a committee together that would include the incoming town council to interview for the incoming building and planning director, because I think
that'd be good.
I think it's important for them to be involved in this process.
That gives them some security,
So that's all.
because who wants to interview with people that are leaving?
Yeah, that's all I have.
Not a problem.
Like that idea.
Mike?
So not a whole lot. I would probably add to that. So most of the conversation was about this software for building and planning. I am indifferent at the moment on that. I'm certainly not looking to spend money that's not going to be put to good use. We're here to guard our tax dollars, but at the same time, everybody I ask, even the people who are against wanting the software, admit that having software that is from 1997 is a terrible idea and needs to be upgraded. When I had discussions with Mike Bovat, and I asked him, I said, oh, no problem, I understand. what is your solution? And he did not articulate one. So I'm open to good suggestions that are good for our town, but the status quo is inefficient and crazy. So, yeah, so that's just my statement on that.
Right?
We have lots going on, but I have no comments to make currently.
All right, just at the end, for the next meeting, I'll make sure that we have the request of purchases individually spelled out on the agenda. And I kinda like the idea of having someone, whoever sponsors the resolution or the amendment. There you go, we'll see.
And how about that idea of the RFPs? I love that idea. And post all that stuff on the agenda for everybody can see it before the meeting. I love that idea.
Not a
And the
problem.
docket, put the docket up there, right? Put it all up there, or the invoices go with it. And like, well, the
You know,
invoices too.
but
for
tie
you to see what
tie it
they
to the
are.
agenda, make it easier for people to find it.
All right, I don't have anything else, motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
A motion second, all in favor, say